I know the Tony Stewart news is probably something that I should talk about, but I'm not going to talk about that until I find out who Clint Boyer will be driving for in 2016. So for now, we're just going to have a nice little fun story time. We took this proficiency test today, and I'm not allowed to disclose anything about it. I don't even know if I can say what my score was. Like, it said, like, in the terms and conditions or whatever, you know, that disclosing this information results in, like, a $10 million fine or something. I don't know. So, enough about that. The reason that I'm bringing that up is because it reminded me of the day that I took the ACT. And that was interesting, to say the least. For those of you unaware, the ACT is basically the SAT of North Dakota and some other states. But we don't take the SAT here, so fuck that shit. I'm not taking another fucking test like that, man. You know, so in the days leading up to it, I was developing a cold of sorts, and like the night before, I was thinking, okay, if... Actually, no, it was 2 days before, and then it was 2 days before the test. I went to sleep, and I'm thinking, okay, if I'm not better by tomorrow, I'm not going to be better by the time I take the test. And lo and behold, I was not better the next day, so I was like, oh, fuck. So, the day the test comes, and I've got a sinus infection. Horrible runny nose. And I can't stop sneezing. And it's just like, I'm waking up and I'm like, oh, fuck you. It was worse than the day before, and I had it for like a good week. I had that sickness for a week. And then I woke up and it was worse than it had been the whole week. And like, you know, you expect to get better over the course of a week, but I got worse. And it was just like, what the fuck? But, you know. So I went to the grocery store to buy allergy medicine because I'm thinking, okay, if anything can help me, I will do anything to get rid of this. So I started to decide. So I bought it. It was $8 fucking dollars. So we're already down $8. I bet you know where this story is going. So yeah. So I took one of the pills and it said, take 2 if you want. So I took 2. I get to the school. The test starts and everything is going fine. Okay, like I sneeze a couple of times. I just go to keep the snot back, and sometimes I'll just sit back like this when I'm thinking of a question, so it'll drain back down my throat. And the first part of the test goes well. There was nothing wrong with the first part of the test. I mean, that was the English portion, like the reading and language, like grammar usage, and I just absolutely dominated that. I'm self-proclaimed greatest English class person ever. I was able to do my final speech senior year, improv, and I got 100%. I didn't write anything down though, so I failed the essay part, which means I failed the final in English, but so yeah, English went fine. And we got our first break. And by now I'm like, oh God, it's not getting any better. So I go out and use the bathroom, you know, get a drink, and take 2 more pills, just because, please let this get better. And I think the next section was the science, I want to say. And about halfway through that, I'm starting to think, okay, what the fuck is happening? I'm kind of zoning out, kind of. Like, I'll start reading a question, and I'll start pondering it, and then I'll start zoning out, and just being like, okay, where the fuck am I? What the hell is happening? And it didn't help that we're under a time limit. And they kept telling us, like, guess if you don't get done. Like, there's no drawback to guessing, so if you think you're gonna not finish in time, you just guess every question. And it's like, they're trying to instill this feeling of you got to get this shit done as quickly as possible. So I started just going, okay, A, E, A, F, you know, and that's how that went. That's how that started going, and then we got to the math part. And by now, I am absolutely loony off of these fucking allergy pills. I'm sitting there. My throat is killing me. My nose is running at the speed of sound. Like, it's literally as if you just open up a fucking faucet and it's just coming out like that. And I'm just going... And then because of doing that, I'm sneezing all the time. So I just chew after a chew. And it doesn't help that we were testing in the most echoey room possible. And, you know, when you're taking the ACT, you gotta be really fucking quiet. Well, the entire fucking room is silent, so I'm going to chew, and it's just like a fucking atomic bomb went off in the room every single time that I sneeze. And I sneeze literally every minute. I'm not even lying. Every minute. More than once. I'm sneezing over here. And it gets to the point where I can't hold back, you know, the fucking floodgates of my nostrils. So I run up. I mean, I didn't run, but since you're under a time constraint, you don't want to be fucking around using tissues. So I speed walk up there and just go, just get the fuck out of my fucking nose, and then I throw one away, and then I start walking back, and then I sneeze again, and I turn right around and get another tissue. It was just, oh my god, it was so bad. And like people that were taking the test, like I talked with them afterwards, and they were like, you know what, you should just brought the tissues over to your desk and take the trash can over, and I just looked at him like, you know, I was on so many pills, I wasn't thinking straight. And the results of the test come back in the middle of May, and we took it in April, and we got it in like the end of May. I think it was like actually the day of graduation, but I didn't graduate. That was junior year, so I was just hanging out. It was just like any other Sunday in that case. But yeah, it was graduation 2014, and I got my results back, and I'm looking at it like, yep, 33 on the English, sounds about right. Yep, 32 in reading, sounds about right. Yeah. Then we get down to the science and math was like 24, and I was like, Jesus, was it that bad? I'm a fucking calculus student. How am I getting 24 on my math on the ACT? And I really, looking back, I probably should have taken it a second time. But the fucker cost $40 to take. $40 fucking dollars. And it takes 4 hours to do it. And like, I don't want to sit my ass in a fucking classroom on the weekend and take this shit again. I mean, we could have done it during the control day. Like, there's always a control day, like that one day every year where every junior in the United States takes it. I could have done it then, but I did not. And I feel like I should have. I feel like I got shanghaied as far as my ACT score goes, because I got a 27 overall, and I got a fucking 33 on the English, like this fucking shit. But yeah, the broad spectrum of my ACT test was 33 was the highest and 24 was the lowest, so I guess I'm proficient in certain areas. I could be an English teacher. I'd fucking do that shit. I'd be like that one English teacher that everyone wants because I'd assign like one essay because I fucking hate essays. I mean, I've written 5-page essays in one day in the past. I've gotten B+ on them. I haven't given a shit in the past at all, you know? But it's just one of those things. The fucking... So, that's my story about the ACT. I always tell this at public gatherings. I was not in the correct frame of mind that day. And it shows, because everyone else, you know, the sophisticated, I'm supposed to be a part of the sophisticated section of the class, and like everyone else was getting like 30s, 31s, someone I think got a 32 maybe, I might be mistaken, but they were getting 29, 30s, and I'm sitting there with a 27, and I'm like, actually, you know what, when I got it, I was thinking like, okay, I'm gonna either think this is great or I'm gonna think this is terrible. And I look at it and I see 27 and I'm like, I'm so indifferent. Because if it had been like 28, I would have been probably like, yay! And if I got in 26, I would have been like, wow, I suck. At 27 was just the one number where I'm like, how do I feel about this? And obviously it wasn't good. It obviously didn't give me enough of a feeling to take it over again. There was a screensaver. I just looked at the counter tick over to 10, and I was like, "Yep, that's gonna happen." So I guess I just didn't feel a need to take it again. Like they were. I mean, 27 is a good fucking score. I mean, there are people in the class that got like 24s, and like they were proud of that, and I'm sitting there with a 27, like, like. I have no opinion on this. It's like Carl Edwards. I have no opinion on this. But yeah, that's really the extent of the story. It pretty much ends there. Like I go through pre-calc, and then last year I go through calculus, and everything's okay. So it wasn't like I was a failure or anything. Like I could go to any school I wanted in this state, so long as I had the scholarships to afford it. Give me scholarships. But, you heard nothing. Yeah. So that's my story with the ACT. It usually gets people's attention when I tell it. I have another story when I almost got molested in South Dakota one day. But that's a story for another day. So bye.